All right, Shalom. I want to start out by giving all praise and glory unto you. How about Shema Shabbat, Shema Kakodash? Double honor to the apostle and elders, great millstone. Shalom to all the Akim the pushing the word of sincerity and in truth. Yeah, I just want to do this lesson. Spirit always comes around and has you them blasting these damn women, man. Two-thirds of these women, man, they have to go like two-thirds of these niggas have to go, man. Us as so-called blacks, Latinos, and Native Americans, we're jacked up as a people, man. You see the mind frame of the masses, when you go on these different social forums, whether it's YouTube, Instagram, so on and so forth, you'll see all kind of dialogues take place. You see everybody's lifestyles and how they actually move around and operate on a digital platform, and you see that there's nothing less than fucking disgusting, man. And I'm just gonna read this one post I seen on this Instagram, but it says your daughter does OnlyFans, and it says, who is this? You don't need to know. I just thought you'd like to know what a whore your daughter is. I can send you proof if you like. And he said, and replies, how did you get a hold of her pictures? I subscribed to her OnlyFans. It says thanks for supporting her business. Then you have laugh out loud. So that was looked at as, humorous, and looked at as something to just be shunned, that your daughter's just frolicking all over these damn internet sites being a straight up whore. And that's a curse, man. But see, masses of these women don't see it like that. They see about breaking a nigga, getting gain, actually propping themselves on a certain in a certain position in this world. I want to get this. I think it's Ezekiel 16:11. I might be wrong, but that's the world that we living in, man. Oh, so I could take up this Proverbs as the daughter. I'm just gonna Google it. Take proverb as daughter. So is the mother. But yeah, you see majority of these women, like I said, their heads up their behinds, and they actually teach their sons and daughters how to be really degenerates. A lot of these different I've heard stories of course, that was Ezekiel 16:44 of actually men, as well as, well, mainly men, that sell drugs to their parents, them actually doing drugs with their parents, their parents stealing from their kids, certain mothers actually having sex with their daughters' boyfriends. The list goes on and on and on. Certain mothers, as well as fathers. I've heard of stories of fathers raping their daughters, molesting their own daughters multiple times, and actually getting into relationships. And that's from all nations, and walks of life. And I'm just one man. How much more masses of the people that actually seen and had to go through these different things and things in secret that took place, and masses of these people just shun it, and they'll just throw everything under this oversized rug, man, and think, oh, well, that's life, and then they'll get to the point where they'll get numb to the pain, and really they just got broken to the system, man. The system has broken them to the point that they have a robotic outlook. It is, how Jake says, it is what it is. No, it's not what it's not. It isn't what it is, man. The Most High is going to keep a spirit on particular people to push against that grain, man, and not just conform and lay down, with the styles and the trends of wickedness, man. That's why you had Lot in this time. That's why you had Abraham. That's why you had all these righteous men that were vexed with the iniquities, and they wasn't looking to subjugate themselves and just roll with the course of in the actions of the world. They was looking to push against it. So this is Ezekiel 16:44. It says, "Behold, everyone that useth proverbs shall use this proverb against thee, saying, as is the mother, so is the daughter." Right. And we seen, these things take place. Now you had the Willie Lynch letter, and Lord willing, I might do a lesson on that, on the Willie Lynch letter, because when the so-called white man put us in hardcore chattel slavery, one of the psychological programs that got implemented on us as a people was breaking. All right. Put the man against the woman. All right. Let the woman raise the daughters and the sons independently with their own format of thinking, which was very hazardous. All right. It was very toxic. They thought it was, they looked at it like independent thinking, not unbeknownst or unaware that it was all being, pushed by the slave master. All right. Because you even had nannies in the houses. You had the slave master, which he was the head, and he would actually use other women to influence other women to do what the master actually told him to do. It wasn't always the master saying, do this, do that, do this, do that. Nah, the master was something like a pimp at a certain, at a certain point. He exploited the bodies as well as their mental forms of thinking, and they used it against them to subject not only themselves, but subject their actual nation around them. And that's why you had, even back then, most, they looked at one of the highest benefits is to be of a lighter tone, man, because you look closer to the so-called white man. You could actually be partially accepted, and from that point forward, we see that same energy is being pushed and presented in today's time now. And one other emphasis that was pushed out was to really set the man and the woman heavily against each other. And the man and the woman are more heavily against each other than any time now. I mean, any time back then. You had, of course, slavery. Look, the man and the woman, they have a vehement hatred for each other because the woman, she's totally, basically entrapped with the course of the world, as it is written, that she that liveth in pleasure is dead while she liveth. All these women just want luxury bags in that lifestyle, and you have these different men that's misguided as well with this rap music, this gangsterism, with all this other BS that comes with the territory of so-called being a man, which is not authentically a man, it's a pseudo man. All right. So this is Ezekiel 16:44. It says, "Behold, everyone that useth proverbs shall use this proverb against thee, saying, as is the mother, so is her daughter." And it's the same thing, as is the father, so is the son. You learn a lot of degenerate ways from your fathers, because your fathers will just do anything around the children, not knowing that the child is likened unto a sponge, is going to absorb everything. And then they don't even lay down the axe to cut down iniquities. They don't teach the young man, as is written in the book of Titus. It speaks about the young, basically the youth looking up to the older generation, because it's a each one teach one thing. That's why it tells you in the book of Sirach that he that teacheth his son grieveth the enemy. It's a grief when the enemy actually, is fighting against an opponent that's well trained and is not indoctrinated. All right. That's why it tells you in the book of Romans, the 12th chapter, to be transformed, not conformed. Conform is a form of indoctrination. This is Titus 2:1. "But speak thou the things which become sound doctrine, that the aged men be sober, grave, temperate, sound in faith, in charity, and patient." So as an aged man, you're supposed to be in a sober frame of mind. Grave represents what? Serious. You know how to take things seriously. You got a lot of big boy buffoons, a lot of ass clowns. Everything is a joke to them, man. They just look at everything from comical lenses. It speaks about an age man, and a lot of times it be the older men. You know, a lot of old men that hasn't grown up. You know, and that's why even the respect levels, even of us as a nation, is just so dilapidated, from the women to how people view us. It tells you that in the Book of Lamentations, how the city of basically that was established upon gold is basically dilapidated in this damn, likened unto, inferior material. We're an inferior nation, man. You look at Jake, niggas. Jake is inferior minded. They don't understand the first thing about investing. They don't understand the first thing about nationalism. You know, they don't put their energy into actually building and structuring. Look at where we at. We in December 25th. It just hit it. According to Esau's time. But what is everybody doing? Consuming because the white man told them this is a national holiday for you to buy and to trick or treat. A fucking farce, man. Excuse my French, but that's the way of the world. And like I said, in the mass of these women, they're gone, man. Like Apostle Ricard said, they're gone. It ain't no recapturing and revamping them. They done. It's circling the drain. When somebody gets to a certain sick point, there is no rehabilitation. With these women, Most High is gonna, cut off the masses of these 2/3 of these women, but you're gonna have ones that actually, that's gonna latch onto a man, and they're gonna get their selves together, and they're gonna receive deliverance. We understand that concept. It even speaks about elderly women. There's certain women that helped out and contributed to the cause of Yahweh Shai, as well as the quote unquote Christians back then. They were known as the Christians. They were called Christians at Antioch, but the men of the Lord. So the ones that do that, of course, the Most High is going to actually show a particular favor. It is going to be a deliverance for women, but this is, really geared and centered towards the women that just are done, done for, and for brothers, in the spirit, just do your thing, man. Stay with this woman. This is the woman that the Lord really gave us so that we'll learn how to appreciate words of wisdom, Sophia. That's why the scriptures speak about how these words comfort us. All right, verse 3. The aged women likewise that they be in behavior as becometh holy. Man, these women are not in behavior. They're drinking all kind of diverse liquors. They'll drink white and brown at the same damn time. Kicking back shots like a fucking Viking, slamming the shot glass on the damn countertop, damn near finna crack it. Talking the most shit, masculine dispositions. It's sickening. And it gets to the point where it's like, that's why the masses of people want to just be introverts. Especially, a lot of these men, they ain't even in the mood of going out and, and it's crazy because this is how we at the times of the end. It's not supposed to be like that. When you see the tone of the society, you see it's looking bad for everybody. Everybody's socially not where they want to be or even desire to be. Most people don't even have that desire, because of how this system has broken down, really all components of life, all components of being an actual person. Now everybody's just socially hooked. You have this social addiction where you just locked into your phone, and you just posting, scanning, liking, uploading and shit, and majority of people, they don't even use it from a monetized position. They just do it just for some type of artificial comfort. We need deliverance, man. But it says, becometh holiness, not false accusers, not giving them much wine, which goes into philosophy too. These women are into all kind of witchcraft. They're teaching these young women how to be witches, spiked drinks, as well as these men. These men, they'll teach younger men the art of fuck shit, man. Excuse my French. They teach them the art of bullshit, being an OG, being a baby gangster, how to pull a drive-by, how to rob a gas station, basically how to destroy your life. Because when you get to a certain point, and you got a insurmountable, or you got racked up felonies, and you got time to sit your ass down in a confided 10x4, prison, and you really start to actually use your mind, you start to see that you've been duped by your so-called OG.
And you can't tell the judge, you can't reweigh your case after multiple murder charges. All right. After contributing to a criminal enterprise, you have to eat that, you know? And that's why scripture says even being teachers of good things, because the same thing goes with a lot of these women too. A lot of these women gaslight other women to do some bullshit that'll lead them to actually get put to death. Scripture speak about even jealousy. Jealousy. The saying goes, of course, jealousy, the rage of a man. It says the rage of a woman. But a lot of these women, these men too. You already know your man feels a certain way if you stepping out, because men love hard as shit. As the saying go, men love hard. When a man loves something, he loves it. He has a strong affinity than a woman to do something to just try to, basically yank his damn heart out of his chest. And a lot of these jakes bust a whole head gasket. They'll overload. Now they want to take something out, you know, and they've been gaslighted by a lot of women that push that cheating on your man, playing the field, you know. A lot of these women that's simple. The scriptures speak about simple-minded as women, man. They just go with the, they part of the get along like what was Jake's name? He was hot a few months ago. I can't even think of his name right now. But he's speaking about the get along crew, you know. But continuing on, it says that they may teach the young women to be sober, to love their husbands, to love their children. Right. So that's what it's about, to learn to be sober, to love you. That's the goal of life. For a woman is to be subservient. You have a husband, love him. Do what it takes, and that energy gets reciprocated. But in the times that we're living in now, everybody's just out to get each other. Everybody got a dagger on them, ready to push it in somebody's abdomen at any given moment. Scripture speak about the love of many shall be wax cold. So we're living in some very, very cold times. But for the brothers that are into this light, and they see the wickedness as it is, and is looking to push against it, stay in the spirit, man. Stay in the spirit, stay on the course. Don't look to the left. Don't get caught up in the woman in the red dress. And even for these women, a lot of you younger women, don't get influenced by a lot of this bullshit, man. It's looked at like a lame. You looked at like a lame or something like that because you're not doing that which is trending. You're not out in all these different event-based places spinning the bag. So you looked at like you're not relevant. Hey, it's not about being relevant on the side, man. Yahweh Shah wasn't, Yahweh Shah, he got mocked, he got buffeted. Scripture speak about even a man of the Lord is without glory. So you're not gonna receive your so-called flowers that you actually supposed to, or that's of course today's time, getting accommodations and things of that nature. The scripture says that princes shall eat in due season, and when the righteous are going to eat in due season, we're going to have it where it all goes down the pipeline. Women, the righteous women that's attached to the men, that's doing the best of their thing to the best of their ability. I'll just say that, because majority of these women ain't righteous, man. Yahweh Shah said that, none is good, but the ones that's trying to the best of their ability, to establish some form of righteousness in their household, they're going to get delivered and their children. But it says, verse 5, to be discreet, chaste. What's the word chaste? Going to chastisement. Learning to actually keep themselves reserved. Keepers at home. Everybody wants to go out and get into some mess, man. Especially where we at. This is, of course, Atlanta. It's the epicenter of bullshit. It's the epicenter of just partying. Pretty sure that the streets is jumping as I speak. It's 12 o'clock. Everybody's supposed to be in a damn house. But, it's always some damn, like I said, event going on. Good, obedient to their own husbands, that the word of the Most High be not blasphemed. Young men likewise exhort to be sober-minded. Right. Being in that sober frame of mind, not always getting easily manipulated. All right, because a lot of you men, you just go off of what another man tells you. Another man tells you do this, do that, do this, do that. certain things. Now, it's one thing if you receive guidance, righteous guidance that'll lead you to safety, safe points. All right. It's another thing when you ripping and running to get your street credibility up, which is bullshit. And it says, in all things, showing thyself a pattern of good works. That's what it's about. It's about, to the best of your ability, building a pattern, you know, reading, exercising, taking care of your health to the best of your ability, herbs and things of that nature, having a regimen. Watch, even when what you watch, you divulging certain positive outlooks, having your bubble, clean and clear bubble, to the point where, people around you, they're not even going to be around you don't even want to be around you because of how you carrying yourself. Talking about masters of these people, and that's why it tells you in the book of Ezra, get thee like men unto thee. Just rock out with the men that's in your frame of mind. Outside of that, F them, do you, all right? It says in doctrine showing uncorruptness, right? And this is the teachings, and the teachers not to be corrupt, keeping that which was taught you, continuing that in which thou hast learned. Gravity, sincerity, sound speech that cannot be condemned, that he that is of the contrary part may be ashamed, having no evil thing to say of you. Yeah, so, and this is instruction, man. The word instruction means to structure in. And us as a people, we need a lot of instruction, myself, included. And it takes that, but as long as 2/3 is going to keep up with the nonsense and the bullshit, the Lord is going to always keep his bad side towards us until, like I said, until the cities be wasted, because we finna enter into some very, very treacherous time, and the mass of these people that want to follow this course, women and men, they're going to be numbered to the sword, plain and simple, so that's why I just really wanted to do this on this lesson, because it is, as well as we exhort and enlighten, we still got to chop down wickedness, tear down these strongholds of devils, man. The scriptures speak about the imaginations that exalt themselves against the Most High, which is an image, and like these women follow that image of the whore, So like I said, as the mother, so is the daughter. They're daughters of this system, and their mother is the mother of harlots. So they're gonna follow the mother of harlots and liken themselves onto that. But for brothers, like I said, and the few sisters that actually, are keeping their scruples together, keeping a level of reserve, stay on that straight and narrow, because we know that everybody else is gonna run into a ditch, man, or run off that cliff. So I just wanted to make it short. Hopefully, brothers are edified. And a few sisters. Anybody giving all praise, honor, and glory unto Yahweh, Shema, Shabbat, Sharon Kakwadash, double honors to the apostles and other great millstone. Shalom, Akim.